Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2023 and a new part of this series with Union-Saint-Gilloise, where last time we had just fallen out of the Champions League. We'd lost 4-1 away from home to Benfica in Portugal and then followed that up with a disappointing collapse late in the game against them at home, where we did lose 3-2. And for those wondering, the game there was at the Stade Edmond Mactens, which is in Molenbeek. I think that's surprising. Usually they play their games in Leuven, but there you go. When it's a European game anyway. But that is where that game took place before we then went back to Parc du Dam and drew 1-1 with Anderlecht to finish the episode out. So a pretty disappointing episode with 2 defeats and a draw. But we followed that up with a 4-1 victory over a tough Antwerp team. Victor Fischer, the man that scored for them, but Amani with 2 great goals, Boniface with 2 great goals. We were 3-0 up inside 10 minutes and we got a really good 3 points away from home there. And then again, Boniface and Amani scoring in the next game alongside Simon Adringa as we won 3-1 away from home against Zulte Waregem. A really good performance in that one, and it means we're just 2 points behind Club Brugge, who've managed to win 7 from 7 so far this season. Club Brugge won the league the last 3 years, 4 of the last 5 as well. So really on a good run of form. But today we're playing our first Europa League game away from home against Cluj, who are based in Romania, and then we're taking on Genk, who you may have just noticed did win the title, the last team to win the title other than Club Brugge. So they're a big rival for us in the title race, currently 4th. Now for this game against Cluj, we're going to start with pretty much our strongest team, except Tayuma is going to push further up the field and be the second striker with Dembele and Puertas in midfield. The defence pretty much the same as always. Maurice is back but still carrying a knock, so we're going to have to be careful and keep an eye on him and make sure that his injury doesn't progress and become any worse. Apparently we're the underdogs today. I find that surprising. We should be able to beat Club Brugge relatively comfortably tonight, but the first ever Europa League game for Union-Saint-Gilloise, and Dembele with the shot early on, but easily saved by Scouffet there. Dembele not able to get enough direction on the shot and put it to the side of Scouffet, who launches the ball forward. Bart with the header down to Van Zier, but they've got it back here, Cluj, and Dijk puts it forward to Janga. Ball played in behind for Petria, and Maurice there with a good stop in goal and quick to get the ball moving again for us. Doesn't amount to anything. I do like the Europa League graphics in the game, to be fair. I feel like they're quite good. It looks like Mr. Dembele has pulled a hamstring, so we are going to take him off and bring Lapoussin on in an unfamiliar position in central midfield. Annoying that Dembele has picked up a hamstring injury so early in the game. But as it stands, half an hour gone, Copenhagen have taken the lead against Rennes in our group. And here's a free kick for Camora to try and open the scoring for Cluj. He puts it in and it's gone all the way across. An argument there as to whether Maurice's injury maybe meant that he didn't fully commit to get across, but big gap there. Yeah, I mean, he was never going to make up that gap. It's maybe poor positioning of the wall and the goalkeeper from Maurice that means that we have now fallen 1-0 down. But Tayuma with a corner to bring us back into it. It's cleared away to Adringa. He'll happily take that to the byline and put it in, and it's rolled all the way across, and Scouffet there only just got that ball off the line. But I would say we've been the better team so far in this game, and unfortunately, thanks to a good set piece and maybe some poor positioning on our part, we find ourselves behind. So we do need to come back much better in the second half if we're going to turn this around. Otherwise, our European journey is going to get off to a rocky start as Van Zier puts that in. It is cleared away to Puertas. Now Bart tries to come inside, but we've lost the ball. Rodriguez recovers and plays it over the top of Van Zier in behind, and he has scored. Van Zier's 3rd goal of the season makes it 1-1 here in the Europa League. A really good equaliser and a necessary one as well. A loose pass there, intercepted by Rodriguez. Lapoussin playing in central midfield, put the ball in, and look at that for a header from Van Zier to get it past Scouffet, who I think is a former goalkeeping wonder kid in Football Manager. Maybe somebody can confirm that in the comments. But 1-1 it is, and Bart may be struggling here, so Francois will come into the team. Here's Braun, though, on the attack for Cluj. They're going to chase a winner in this game, but Van der Heyden steps in. Now Puertas plays it over the top, and Boniface in behind. Got Van Zier across from him. It's played across to Van Zier, in on goal, and he is the hero today. He gets his brace to turn this game around from 1-0 down to a 2-1 lead to Union. An excellent goal there. Boniface did well, not only with the ball in behind, but look at that pass there, just splitting their defence, which had fractured into two parts. One further back, and Van Zier's side couldn't keep up with his pace as he ran onto the ball and stuck it into the back of the net. So we're in a much better position for that goal. We are maybe struggling for fitness a little bit out there, so we need to be careful with our substitutes now, having made 2 already. Here's Van Zier back to Burgess, coming forward. He finds Adringa out on the left-hand side. Now it's Rodriguez, whose effort's blocked, but Adringa still fighting for it. It comes to Lapousson, who's tackled Adringa there on a yellow card. Need to be careful he doesn't overcommit, and Francois is going to lose this race as Petria gets in against Maurice, but Maurice with a very good block there. Now I think I do just want to make a few substitutions before they pull off that free kick, and I think we're going to just change this around a little bit so that we can get players, that's not the formation we want to go for here, so that we can get players into the correct roles and positions. Just accidentally messing with the tactic a bit here. And if we take off Rodriguez, we can maybe look to bring Van Zier in the centre. Do we then have someone we can bring for Van Zier? Yes, we can bring Muller on off the bench. Lapousson doesn't love playing at left back, but that is exactly where he's going to be playing. Who else is tired? Rodriguez is tired, to be fair, in that attacking midfield centre role, but I think he's going to have to stay. And instead, we will deal with the defence by taking Burgess off. So a lot of change in our team, just as they have a corner, but we haven't made the changes, and yet they've scored anyway. Collinger there with the header. That's really annoying. 2 goals conceded, 2 set pieces. Maurice there struggling with his shoulder, it would seem, from the animation. But Diak putting the ball in, and he's outjumped 2 players there, Van der Heyden, and I think that was Burgess who's coming off. I can't imagine those changes that I looked to make had any impact on the game, but it does now mean it's 2-2, and we are potentially at risk of another goal going in here. We do get it clear. Lapousson trying to get it properly clear as Collinger has the ball. Goes back to Kvek. Now Manea. Dayek in behind Maurice does at least come out and collect that ball before Yanga could get to it. He then launches it down the right for Muller, who doesn't even bother jumping as Bersha sends it out wide. Lapousson heads it on. Tayuma to Adringa. We need to do something here to try and get a win. Lapousson forward to Adringa. Back to Lapousson. Cutting in from that left flank. He finds Muller. We've got Francois over, but he's gone over the top for Jose Rodriguez, and it's off the woodwork and then cleared away by the defender. But Rodriguez still going for it here. Finds Muller, blocked, and Scouffet with the stop. But Rodriguez in that more advanced position seems to be enjoying it after swapping over with Lapousson, who's gone from his central role to the one out left. Now we've got 5 minutes to go. Is there time for a final chance for us? 5 minutes of added time. Rodriguez with a tackle. Puertas runs out the tackle there. Tayuma out wide to Muller. Francois was looking to overlap but couldn't get there. Bersha puts the ball forward for Indrieka. He's in on Maurice and he scored as well. And that is it. 3-2 to Cluj. They have taken what is surely going to be a victory in this first game, which was really disappointing after we managed to take the lead to collapse in the way we did. But they got in behind and got the finish, and that is our 4th straight European defeat, which is really not how we want this campaign to begin. First defeat in the group stage, and it means we now need to go and take on Copenhagen and hopefully get a win. Quite disappointed with that. We shouldn't have lost that game. Rennes will have to be the team we target. Copenhagen we need to get a result from, but Cluj are the team that we should be beating in that group, and it means we now need to turn our attention to a tough game at home against Genk up next. Not too many changes for this game against Genk. We are bringing Amani back into the team in that central midfield role, which allows Müller to move on the left wing and Teuma to move back into central midfield alongside Puertas. The defence has Gyangan coming in, or Gnagnon? I have no idea how you pronounce that name. If anybody knows, down in the comments, please. Bart, Jose Rodriguez and Teuma all struggling for fitness. Maurice still coming back to full match fitness as well. So we're not in ideal shape for such a big game, but I'm going to tell the players to go out and give their fans their money worth here at Parc du Dam. We do need to beat Genk here, because if we lose further ground on Club Brugge, it does become harder and harder to track them back later in the season. As Munoz steals the ball for Genk and is charging down the right, he's got players in there, including Samata, and he fires it into the back of the net. Ali Samata with the goal, and just a VAR check here for offside, but I think he's onside, and he is indeed onside despite not getting the confirmation for VAR. The replay indicates that you can see he was definitely onside there, and an easy finish out straight at Maurice, and I've got questions over Maurice. In real life, he is a stalwart of the union-saint-gilloise team, but in this game, I am questioning some of the saves that he hasn't made this season when perhaps he probably should have. And as it stands, it means we're 1-0 down early on, and the team may be struggling for morale with all these European defeats starting to build up. So we need to turn this around. Puertas on the attack, trying to get it in behind, but easily dealt with by Cuesta. Now Burgess has the ball. He pushes it out down the right flank, but Van Zier can't get there. Mackenzie sends it forward. Burgess with the header. Here's Teuma. Over for Van Zier, and that one has gone in, but the flag has gone up. Very similar to the shot that they had, but is this one going to be ruled out by VAR? Referee having a look, and the goal is indeed disallowed for Van Zier, which is very unfortunate for us. 26 minutes gone, especially if they go and score now. Paint's still trying to do exactly that, but Müller does well to defend it. Launches it back to Maurice, who has to hurriedly get that out, but Lazar has won the ball. He's not got much support as he goes on the attack on his own here, all the way down the wing. Lazar, he's still going, Lazar, and he wasn't far off getting that shot on target. He really is our best player alongside Boniface this season. Teuma back to Rodriguez, couldn't slip it through for Müller, and it's cleared forward. Here's Castro in behind for Onuachu. Oh, what a great tackle that is from Gnagnon. Now Bart trying to pull it out forward to Teuma in central midfield. Rodriguez to Müller, gives the ball away to Paintsil. He's now attacking down the middle. Burgess with the header out to Puertas. Teuma trying to go over the top for Boniface. Mackenzie leaves it for Van der Voort, the goalkeeper, who launches it back down the field. Onuachu has taken that, and that has just gone wide. That effort there, that would have been an assist for the goalkeeper if he had got that on target. Now Maurice sends the ball out wide to Rodriguez, who just about can keep that in with the chest down. Gnagnon, I thought was going to lose possession there, but manages to keep it. Now Burgess to Puertas. Burgess again, going across. We're looking for the pass through the midfield. Instead, we've launched it up, and Müller has got to that. He's got Boniface making a run into Boniface, and he scores at the near post. No question of offside there, as Victor Boniface gets already his 13th goal of the season to make it 1-1. A really good goal there. Müller did well holding the ball up, and then pulled it back at the right time with that channel open, the little corridor of uncertainty as they call it, and it just split the midfield and defenders that had boxed up a little square in the centre there, or a rectangle, and there was Boniface in the gap at the right time to make it 1-1. Now, can we capitalise that as we head into half-time? It remains 1-1. I'm going to tell the team I'm pretty happy. They've responded well. Can we push on? I like that you can see the trees at the top of the screen there. Parc du Dam is in a forest, so it's a beautiful, beautiful stadium with lots of greenery around it. And that's why we have to win today to do the place proud, as Munoz tries to clear it, but only finds Müller on the wing. He then whips it in. Boniface is in there, and he's hit the post. He manages to recover his own second ball, but is tackled fairly in the area, allegedly, and it is cleared away. Let's take Bart. Bart gets so tired playing on that right wing-back position. but we do have to rotate him out. And now we've got a free kick. Tayuma in, and it's just cleared away. Onuachu tries to get it further out, but only to Boone, the man we've just brought on down the right flank. He finds Tayuma. Boone puts it in. Boniface is in there. It's cleared only to Müller. Back to Lazar, who tries to turn everybody. It's on the line, and Victor Boniface bundles it over for his second of the game. He's got his brace, his 14th of the season, and we lead Genk 2-1. An excellent turnaround by the team. We put so much pressure on Genk here. Müller back to Lazar, who held the ball up so long. Great anticipation. McKenzie got his foot on it to block it, and it looked like it was no own goal off him, but it has gone down as a Boniface own goal. I wonder if McKenzie tried to kick that out and it bounced off Boniface and into the back of the net. I don't think he cares. All that he cares about is the fact that we're 2-1 up, and he's just got another goal, and Müller is in behind this time and somehow has hit the post. He curled that beautifully. Boone now puts it back in towards Boniface. We've really got them on the ropes here and need to capitalise to put this game beyond doubt. Van Zier back to Tayuma. That was an absolute lump there into the Nord stand. Here's Tayuma with a chance from the free kick, and that one was a much better effort, but clips the outside of the post and goes wide. Now here is Castro with a free kick in a dangerous area. Now, I thought that had rippled the net, but while it did, it was the wrong side of the post. Now, I'm not looking to make changes at this stage. I'm happy with how the team are performing, but it looks like momentum is swinging, which we need to be careful of. As Samata gets a shot off, it's on the line, and Maurice just beats Onuachu to that ball. Otherwise, that would have been 2-2. Now, we've only got a few minutes left, so I might start to make the substitutions that just waste a little bit of time here. Bring Leinen on in central midfield, let a bit of time run down, and then also make another change, potentially taking Boniface off for Eckert. And that should see us through to the full-time whistle, and there it is. We have turned over Genk. We've got the victory. A really good performance by the team as we get another 3 points that put us at the top of the table, because Club Brugge also drew. So that's a really good result for us to turn this around. And looking ahead to the next performances, if we look at the schedule, you can see we've got Copenhagen up next in the Europa League, and then a few Eupen OHL in the Jupiler Pro League, Rennes away from home, and then Rennes at home. Let's see how we get on in some of these games in the Europa League, and then we can always check back in if it's looking precarious, and maybe the Rennes game becomes a must-win if we lose against Copenhagen. But that will be it for today's episode. Do drop a like down below if you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new, but until next time, see ya.